How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So one of my favorite things to do is I love going to thrift stores or discount stores where I can always look for whatever's out there, whether it's jerseys. If you know me, you know that I have a big video game collection and also an action figure collection. So I love going to these kind of stores and just see what's out there and what can I pick up for a great deal. I've been going to thrift stores for a very long time now. I want to say, you can say that I've been thrifting for a good 6 years now, maybe longer. And sometimes you come up with things, sometimes you do not. In the early days, it wasn't really often for me to find a lot of jerseys, specifically soccer jerseys. Every now and then, yeah, I would find like some basketball jerseys, some NFL jerseys. I even got lucky finding a old champions Chicago Bulls jersey that was from Michael Jordan. Video games, I've collected a bunch over the years. I mean, let me just show you real quick. See? Thrifting for years, collecting, discount stores. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can find when doing these things. And that's why I've been doing it for years. But anyways, getting off topic, back to the jerseys. Anyways, back to the point. But now specifically talking about discount stores like Ross, Marshall, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory. There were times where you could find cool stuff. Soccer jerseys weren't necessarily something that I would find often. I would maybe find like soccer balls or training pants or track jackets that weren't necessarily licensed by any kind of brand, but it'll be like, for example, a Barcelona brand track jacket or a Real Madrid brand sweatpants, stuff like that, but never really soccer jerseys. Now, when I was doing these hunts, I was living right outside Washington, DC. So in a big city area like that, where there's a lot of diversity, soccer jerseys like that don't really come around circulation like that, especially in like thrift stores or even like discount stores.
Sorry, but the video cut out here without me realizing because I'm dumb. But just to finish what I was saying, people in that area are actually buying the jerseys, so it doesn't leave much room for discount stores to get the leftovers. On top of that, people know the value of these jerseys, so they're not very quick to donate them to like charity stores or thrift stores once they don't want them anymore.
And at thrift store, the luckiest I could find would be like fake jerseys. And I don't mean like those good fake jerseys that people try to scam people for. I mean like legit fake, where it's like a plain jersey where they just did all one print and you can clearly tell it's fake. But one thing I did notice when I was visiting my parents in the middle of nowhere in Maryland is that the Marshalls over there actually had legit soccer jerseys for a really good price. For example, in 2018, right after the World Cup, I did manage to find this Argentina jersey for only $20 right after the World Cup. And of course I had to pick it up because my family is from Argentina. I'm a huge supporter of Argentina, even though I'm not wearing a Mexican jersey, but besides the point. So with that in mind, now that I moved myself out of the city and now I live in the middle of nowhere, Virginia, I figured, well, why don't I give it a shot and check out the Ross, Marshalls, and all those other discount stores and see what can I come up with. And shockingly enough, here we are. Now, for someone who's really trying to start a jersey collection, whether it's NFL or NBA or even soccer, like any sport, definitely check out these discount retail stores because you can sometimes find really good stuff. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to your thrift stores because you won't come up with anything. You definitely can. It just really depends on where you are, what the sport is, because you know, soccer here in America is not really the American sport, so it's a little harder to find stuff when it comes to soccer teams, unless it's like MLS or the national team, but sometimes you do get lucky. So I'm going to show you my recent pickups from visiting stores like Ross, Marshall, TJ Maxx and whatnot. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for them and if it was worth picking up. So the first item I'm going to show you, it's not really a jersey. Well, I mean, it is a jersey, but it's actually a training top. And this one is for Marseille. And this one cost me $20. For a training top, that could be a little much, but I just really like the way it looked, and it's Puma, and I love Puma. So I just figured it was a decent come up. Not the best, but decent enough that I wanted to pick it up. Marseille, training top. And with that, I also did find, this is Serbia's training top. This one was actually $14.99. So it's a little cheaper than the Marseille one. Why? I have no idea. That's another thing. I don't really know what their logic is when it comes to pricing their jerseys, and I'll go more in depth with that in a little bit. But this is also a training top, and it was $14.99 for the Serbia national team. And on that same day, I also found the away jersey for Serbia national team, also $14.99. And yeah, I like collecting national team jerseys, so I figured this would be a really decent pickup for just $15. Considering that the original price of this was $90. So as a collector, I couldn't say no to it, so I picked it up. Moving on to the next one, of course, being in America, we have the men's national team jersey. This one here was $19.99, so $20. I figured why not? I didn't have a USA jersey, shockingly. So what better time to pick it up than when you see it at a discount store for 20 bucks? I'm all for it. On a different day, I also found the home jersey for the USA national team. Now, the only difference is, now this is a men's jersey, but this is for the women's national team. As you can see, it has the 4 stars right here. So that's for the 4 times we won the World Cup in the women's team. So like I said, it is a men's jersey, but this is for the women's national team. It was $14.99, so $15. And again, I didn't have a USA jersey, not a home jersey at least. And so I figured it would be a good, decent pickup to have. They had more than one. I got 2. I got one for myself and one for my best friend. But decent come up. But it was a good pickup in my opinion. Like I said, I like collecting national team jerseys, and being that I live in the US and I'm from the US, why not? And I guess keeping the theme with national teams, I also picked up Switzerland. I picked this one up right around the time when the Euros were happening. This one also cost me $19.99, so about $20. And yeah, there was nothing really much to this jersey that I just saw it and I was like, it's Switzerland, cool. I want to collect national team jerseys, so I picked it up. You know, I just really like how the Puma logo is in the center here. I like the country's flag right here. I just, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, this was probably a preview of what was going to come with those third kits that they've done for most teams, like the Man City, the AC Milan. Maybe this is to blame for that. Shame on you. Now I don't want it. Just kidding. Now, as you all may know, I'm a Manchester City fan, if you couldn't tell by the flag back there. So I don't normally collect other Premier League teams unless it's like a retro jersey or if it's for a specific player that I like. But I did find last season's Liverpool jersey, and it is really nice. The red with the white here and that little mint green right here. It's a really nice jersey, and it was really hard for me to pass it up, but I'm not a Liverpool fan. I really not, and I feel like I shouldn't have this in my collection because of it. If it was like a player shirt, like if it had Mo Salah in the back, then that'd be a different story. I actually do want to get this season's away kit with his name on the back because I do like him as a player. But this one is just plain, and because I'm a City fan, I feel like I shouldn't have this in my collection. But here it is, and the reason why I have it was because I picked it up at one of these stores for only $20, so $19.99, and you can't pass it up when you see something like that at a great deal. And so I had to pick it up, and now it's sitting here in my collection. I might try to get a player's name for this jersey just so that I can justify keeping it, but chances are I probably won't keep it. I'll probably will get rid of this one, so if anybody wants to, let me know. But I won't give it away for free. Or will I? And then next up, we have Bayern Munich's third kit from the, I believe, 2019-2020 season. And this one, I picked it up for $25, so going up a little bit there. Again, I don't know what justifies the price for some of these jerseys. Like for example, I believe the same day that I picked this one up, there were a bunch of MLS teams, but they were going for $30. So I'm not really sure, again, what the logic goes behind pricing the teams. But this one was $24.99, so $25. Really nice jersey. I'm not the biggest Bayern Munich fan, but I like collecting jerseys. I do like the way it looks. Really, when it comes to anything outside the Premier League, I don't really necessarily have a favorite team or anything like that. If I like the way the jersey looks, I'll pick it up. And this is just one of the cases where I just like the jersey. So here it is. But yeah, that's that. Bayern Munich picked up for $25. And now going into the Italy side, picked up last season's Inter Milan. This one was also $25. And this one is a really, really, really nice jersey. If you know me, you know I like vertical stripes, but this one being kind of like a, I don't even know what to call that, like a little zigzag vertical stripe thing going down there. I just loved it immediately. I love the blue on it. I love the way everything looks. Even the sponsor there looks pretty cool. I was all about this jersey when I first saw it. I actually bought two of them, but I ended up getting rid of one of them just because there was really no point in me having two. I think my thought process was I was gonna get two, so one that I can keep really clean, one that I can wear and destroy, but there's no point of having two. Unless you really like the team, which again, I don't really care about any team outside Premier League, so one is enough. But here it is, Inter Milan. And for the last jersey that I want to show, we have Roma. This one was $35, so that was already on a price point where I didn't necessarily feel too comfortable buying, because I feel like that's a little too much for a discount store. And like I said, I don't know what the thought process is when it comes to pricing these things. Like, how is an Inter Milan 25 and then this one is 35? How is Serbia $15, but then you have an MLS team that's $30? Again, I don't know what the logic goes behind pricing these jerseys. Maybe they're just more looking at Nike, or they're looking at the Adidas and they're just basing it off that. I don't know. But here we have Roma, and it was $35. And I first saw this and I passed it up for that reason, because it was $35. But then I went back a few days later and it was still there, so I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll pick it up. It is still a really nice jersey, even though, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Roma, but if the jersey looks nice, I'll pick it up. And because it was there for multiple days in a row, I felt like it was speaking to me, so I got it. And that's it so far. You know, it's really hit or miss when you go to these stores, because sometimes you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes you won't find anything. Sometimes you go week after week after week without finding anything. So it's really a game of patience when it comes to hunting for these kind of things. Whether you're collecting for jerseys, video games, action figures, you just have to have patience. And I got really lucky this summer with finding a lot of these jerseys. Now that we've gone into the fall season and now kind of getting into the winter season, I haven't really found anything, honestly. But again, patience, that's all it takes. And eventually you will find something if you're committed to always checking these stores out from time to time. Patience is definitely how my game room got to be the way it is. And now my shirt collection is becoming something else as well. But that's it for my jersey hunting video. If you want to see more of these, let me know down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, do like the video down below. I have found some more jerseys that were not included in this video. I just want to build up a few more before I show them all together. I don't want to make a super long video or make a super short video either. I want to be just a decent amount of time where I can show you a decent amount of jerseys. So once I get more, I can do more. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, because I do have more content coming out and I definitely have more jerseys to show. So what are you waiting for? As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.